Hello again, and welcome to Play the Trombone with Mr. Cole. We're on to episode 7, and I'd like you to have your books ready, and you're going to need pages 26, 27, and 28. So, let's start off with a warm-up. We have a warm-up sometimes, not always, but this time we're going to do it with a difference. Instead of long notes, instead of long held notes, we're going to do some tonguing, and the secret of tonguing is to keep your tongue behind your top teeth, not so. And so on. I'd like you just to spend a moment or two doing that, and I'll listen. 6th position for the second note, D 4th position, E flat 3rd position, and now we're going to go as far as F. Your turn, keep that tongue pointed. Good. G, even higher, 4th position. Now I'm going to issue you with a real challenge. See if you can do this one. Okay, I'm going to listen to that one. Off you go. Sixth position. Now 4th position. Now 3rd position. 1st position. 4th position. Good. Now, I've mentioned that we're working towards the nursery slopes of grade 1. And to do grade 1, you need to be able to play a whole scale of B flat. A whole scale is 8 notes. And so far, you've learned 6 notes. So let's look at the 7th and 8th. And I'd like you to turn to page 26 in your books, and it's got the note A. Now we've just finished on the note G, which is 4th position. Find that note, 4th position. Now we're going to slide it to 2nd position, which is a little bit higher than some people think. And because it's a higher note, you need to tighten your lips together a little tighter and blow a little faster. Now the note A you will find on the top line of the music. So if you look at the top line of page 26, the top line of music, you'll see there's 2 notes on the 4th line. And if you remember your previous lessons correctly, you'll know that the 4th line is F. If you look at the next bar, there's 2 notes on the 4th space. And again, if you remember your previous lessons correctly, you'll know that the 4th space is G, 4th position. And if you look in the 3rd bar, you'll see that there's 2 notes on the top line, which you'll know because I've just told you about 2 minutes ago, the top line is A. So I'm going to play the first half of the top line of page 26. I want you to follow it, then I'm going to leave a space for you to do it. Okay, now it's your turn. Ready, steady, and F. 4th position. second position, fourth position, and at this point I'm going to allow you to turn or pause the video so that you can just practice the rest of that line. I'm going to move on now to the second line, so you can either pause it, or if you're feeling confident that you can play the top line, just carry on with me. But I'm going to start now the second line. And these are crutches, these are one beat notes, these are filled in, so they're twice as fast. And again, I'm going to stop there, but you're going to have to work that bit out for yourself. So you've got two lines of music on page 26 to look at with the new note A. I'm going to push on now to the next page, page 20. Where has it gone? Page 27. And we're going to have a look at the tune at the top of page 27, Working on the Railroad, which of course is the American word for railway. That first note is sixth position. You can tell that because it's on the second space. Therefore, if it's on the second space, it must be a sixth position. And the third note is one of the ones we learned only a couple of lessons ago. It's a low A, so it's second position. So it goes 6, 6, 2, 1, 6, and then up to 1. So I'm going to play the first 1, 2, 3, 4 bars of that piece. The secret, as I've told you many times, is to be able to look at where the note is on those 5 lines and immediately work out where you need to put your slide. This is working on the railroad. That first part is quite easy because it doesn't contain the high note A. Now I'm going to go from the second half of that line. Here we go. Again, you can pause the video at this point and play that top line again. I'm going to push on to the second line. And here is the second line of Working on the Railroad. And if you look, you'll see that the first 2 notes are the ones that we've been talking about today. The new note A, and it's on the top line. And now the last little bit. If you can play that, you've done really well, because that's not an easy piece. It's all to do with playing those A's and getting them nice and high in the second position. Some people are kind of a bit doubtful and they drift between the second position and the third position, and it gives the music a little bit of a sour note. Turning over to page 28, the last page for today, we're going to look at the top note B flat. This is one of the first ones you ever learned, the low one, B flat. It's a low note with loose lips. Upper B flat is above the 5 lines in the stave. There's 8 notes higher. So that is the final note you're going to learn today. And if we take it from 1, 2, 3 lines down, you have the whole scale all the way up and down. 1, 2, 3, where it says scale and arpeggio of B flat. Now I want you to practice that scale, because that is one of the things you have to do for grade 1 trombone. You have to play that scale from memory. And it's a scale that everybody really starts with. It's one of the first scales you ever learn. It is the first scale you ever learn. So once you've learned that scale, you're well equipped to tackle the pieces for grade 1. You may have noticed I've been rushing through a little bit today, leaving bits for you to do. Well, I want to introduce you to a little bit of a fun thing, if I can. It's something you'll find on YouTube. There we are. When Mom Isn't Home. If you Google YouTube When Mum Isn't Home, you'll get a very interesting little piece of music for the trombone. And it starts on a very low note. 6th position, as far as you can reach, but it's very low, so almost like a horse that's just had a drink of water. And you stay in 6th position. That's quite difficult. Then the second half is similar to the first half. So I'll go through the whole thing again. It's mostly 6th position. So I'm going to leave you now to investigate YouTube When Mom Isn't Home. I've showed you how to play it, and I hope you enjoy that video, and I'll see you episode 8 in due course. Thank you very much. Keep safe. Bye.